Hello everyone, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, this is Vickie's Country Home and I'm Vickie. I live on 40 acres off-grid in northern Nevada, and we try to be as self-sustaining as possible, although we have some really harsh conditions at times that make that difficult. But today's video kind of goes along with that. I really believe that we all need to be self-sufficient. We need to have some type of preparedness in place, whatever that means for you, whether you're in earthquake country, hurricane, tornado, the desert. We get roads washed out, we get snow, we get extreme winds, like hurricane force winds, but we're nowhere near the coast. So for us, the way that I prepare is going to be different from you. But there's several things that they all have in common. You should have a supply of food and water to feed your family. Start with what you can. Get what you eat. Don't go prepping crazy and buying stuff that your family is not going to eat. That's not going to help you. You should have any medicines that you need. You should have hygiene products, cleaning products. All of those things are important. Depending on your situation, you might need to have some type of fuel stored. For us, we are off-grid, but I'm going to show you a picture of the smoke from California that we have had for 2 months now. And being off-grid solar, when the sun can't get through the smoke, we aren't making power, and our house runs off of batteries that have to be charged. So that requires a generator, and that requires fuel. So, and we have propane appliances. So all of these things are things that, for me, I need to plan on. We have a fireplace, so I have firewood supply stocked up. In my case, I always try and garden and grow my own food, first of all, because I know how it's grown and it's organic. And I try and use mostly heirloom varieties. I just got my greenhouse, and I've got a couple videos out about that, and those, I just got it planted about a week and a half ago, and it's already, everything's coming up. It's wonderful. So that will be another step in being more self-sufficient. I will be able to hopefully grow at least greens all winter long, even though I'll have to heat it because it gets pretty cold here. But there's other types of prepping that maybe you hadn't thought about. And one of those is a weather radio and an emergency radio. Now, I always try and keep some batteries on hand because being off-grid, you're always using flashlights and other things. I'm very disappointed in them, but the last several times I've bought Kirkland brand batteries from Costco, they have gone bad and started leaking before their expiration date. And that's really upsetting. Now they do stand behind it, and I take them back and I can buy something else. But I need to know that what I have on hand is gonna work. So another way of preparing and finding out the news, especially if you're in hurricane and tornado and earthquake country, you need to be able to find out what's happening and where help is available or anything like that. And sometimes your cell phone is not going to work because everybody's going to be using them. So a company reached out to me and they sent me this. And so I'm going to review it. And if you've seen my other reviews, I tend to be honest. So I try and do that. So this is from Sung Life they are the ones that also sent me that dehydrator. And so they asked if I would do this review, and I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And what this is an emergency solar radio. It's fairly small. Has, I think this is the little solar panel on top. Has, looks like a flashlight. And it has AM, FM, and weather radio on here. The other thing this can do is, okay, you can charge it with the sun, but what if I don't have sunshine? Right, I mean, we're getting some, not enough to power our house, but we have had such heavy smoke on days that you could barely see the sun glowing orange through the smoke. That's heavy. Right now it's not quite that bad. But it also has a hand crank. So that way you're not relying on batteries. You would have a flashlight. I don't want to shine it at you, but you would have the radio, which I have not tried this yet, so we'll try it. Maybe it needs more cranking. Okay, that's off, that's on. It shows that there is, but so far I'm not getting anything. Let's try weather. Okay, so we're going to try this. It also comes with a USB cable. So I'm going to try charging it that way, and maybe it just needs more juice before it will get going. So let me go charge it and I'll come back. My bad, I did not see this, but on the bottom side, it has a little toggle switch, and it was on AAA.
Forecast for the western Nevada basin and
Now,
including Fallon, Lovelock, and
it's
Pure
working.
Lake tonight. Clear. Haze and smoke. Lows 50 to 60. North winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Haze and smoke. 95. Light winds.
That works. That is the weather.
Haze and smoke.
And I do not know radio stations. I listen to one, so I don't know what I'm looking for.
Part of the exchange she had with my co-host Mary Louise Kelly. Mary Louise asked
There you
whether
go.
there's
That's
some
FM.
resources on sports rules analyst and
think about these things to be thoughtful
There's AM.
about what we wear. And I guess with
So the radio works, and the weather radio, which is really important. So I'm glad about that. It has an antenna that I didn't even try using, and it still worked inside my house. It has a little compartment here to charge the USB. And on here, it also shows, let me see what this stands for. I'm not going to test this for you, but it says SOS, and I wasn't sure what they were referring to, but this is a siren that will go off if you move it to SOS. If I did that, my dogs would totally freak out. It's pretty quiet where we live, so I'm not going to do that. This is also something I didn't know it had. If you pull up on the solar panel, it has a reading light. So if you're reading instructions or a map or whatever, you have that option available too. That's kind of cool. I didn't know about it. You can obviously also use AAA batteries, and it will require 3. So it's kind of a nifty little thing. It's not something I would use every day, but I will keep this with my preps. And if I have the need, I do have a way to get information. I've got a flashlight, the radio. It will run off the sun, batteries, or hand crank. Again, I don't think I'm ever going to probably use an SOS. I will not say never, but probably not. And again, it has a charging cable with USB, so you can charge it with any USB hub. So I think that's a pretty neat little tool. It's not going to be something I use on a normal basis. But I do think we all need to consider the situations that we could find ourselves in, and maybe think about things like this that we might need, whether it's some type of generator or power storage, your extra medications, food, water, pet food, their supplies, anything that you might use on a normal basis, that if something happened and you didn't have it, it's nice to have peace of mind and know it's there. So I encourage everyone, please think about where you're at. Pay attention to what's happening in the world. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm not going to go into it because I don't believe in spreading fear. But I'm discouraged by some of the things that I'm seeing, and that encourages me to not only put away my own things, such as this vegetables I just picked a good supply of, and I'll show a picture of that. Flour, sugar, anything like that that you use, spices are very important. I believe you can make anything taste good if you take the time to learn and you have a supply of those herbs and spices. I think that's, to me, it's one of the most priceless parts of my preparations, is knowing that whatever I have on hand, I can make it taste better. And we're not going to get food fatigue from it. Again, I don't want anybody to be afraid. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and my Savior. And I know that there's always hope. And I've been through some very bad situations in my life, and I don't talk about them because I don't need to. I'm okay with what has gone on in my life, and I've learned to make the best of everything. I also believe that because I'm a strong person and because I've been through things, and I've also learned how to do many things, such as canning, putting food away, how to store it, dehydrating, making my own breads. I have started teaching a number of people in my valley how to do some of those things, because they apparently wanted to know how, but watching videos just isn't quite enough. But if somebody teaches you hands-on, the lesson sticks better. So I have committed to helping these people, and it's not just ladies. I found one gentleman that has also said, hey, I want to do that too. We need to share our knowledge. That's something that's priceless, that I think more people want, but they don't say it. And it wasn't until I said it that all of a sudden I had 6 people in my kitchen ready to work, get everything cut up and get it in jars. And we did pressure canning, and we did meat. We did dried beans. We did vegetables. It's not hard, but it's kind of intimidating if you don't know how. So if you have those skills and that knowledge, talk to people and see if that's something that they would like to learn too. I think it helps all of us if everyone learns to do these things and learns to put away their own food, because that's one more person that probably wouldn't need help if something happened. So just some things to think about today. Again, I have hope. I'm not afraid, and I don't want anyone to be afraid. Knowledge and skills are power. Keep that in mind and share your knowledge and your skills. And I believe it all comes back to us in some way or another. And just the satisfaction of seeing these ladies smile and enjoy getting their hands in it was so satisfying to me. So I hope this gives you food for thought. If this did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and be sure and hit the notification bell so you know when my videos come up. If there's interest, I will do more about putting food away, because it does seem to be something a lot of people have on their minds right now. So if that's something you'd like to see, let me know below down in the comments. Thank you for watching. God bless. And He does bless us. And we'll talk soon.